If you could leave the audience with one thing from real estate and one thing from the business credit space that you feel that people should know that you feel like they don't know, what would that be?
Yeah, great question. Like with real estate, I would just say the number one thing I learned is knowing the numbers. With real estate, you don't make money on the sell, you make money on the buy. So you have to buy right. Like that's the most important thing I learned in real estate. And when I get into real estate, that's gonna be the main thing I'll do. Like I'll focus on buying at a good price because there's a lot of variables in real estate and a lot of things could go wrong real quick. So you have to buy right. And you gotta know the numbers. You gotta know, all right, how much is this house is it gonna cash flow? How much is it gonna cash flow? What is your after repair value if you're doing a flip? You know, what is your cash on cash return? What is your monthly expenses? You know, what is, the major expenses? How much should you put aside for that? So knowing the numbers is the main thing with real estate. And with business and credit, the business funding and credit, I'll just say the main thing to focus on is, like you said, like we said in the beginning, just being disciplined, making sure that you have your finances in check, make sure you're budgeting, and then start getting credit cards that, that you could start paying for stuff with and then paying them off right away. So once you pay those credit cards off right away, you could start applying for new credit or apply for higher credit limits. And then that's how you build out your profile. And if you are interested in leveraging your credit to start a business, make sure you set up your LLC correct. Make sure you get with somebody that has done it before. It doesn't have to be me, to help you with the process. And then when you're ready, go for that funding to help grow and scale your business. But make sure you're not using the funding without a plan. Make sure you have a plan with the funding, so that you are going to be profitable. So that's what I'll leave y'all with.
Yeah, actually something came across my mind too.
Yeah.
So I had a previous guest. He's actually from Queens too. His name is Pretty Boy Pat. He has a clothing line, Pretty Boy Clothing.
Yeah.
And he's actually a father himself. I think he's younger than us, but he always emphasized how his son really pushes him and keeps him going. So if you had any words that you wanted to offer to all the dad entrepreneurs, whether they're young fathers, older fathers, what would you think that would be?
Yeah, man, I would just say it's not, number one, it's not all on you. Like, it takes a village to raise a child. So, I get advice from my mom a lot on certain things. Like, I get advice from, family members, my dad even, on, what they were going through when they were my age with me. So that helps out a lot. And then also, it has to work with business and being a parent. So you can't be afraid to take risks, even though you have a child. Your child gonna be good. Have that nucleus and that core around him or her, and your child is gonna be good. But still continue to take risks, especially if you're young, because on the other side, it's just gonna be it could potentially not bode well for your child in the future if you don't take that risk. So I'd rather take a risk, fail, and then learn from that and then do better next time rather than not take a risk at all. But I mean, that's tough to say because people still have to take care of their family. But I mean, that's why I say make sure you have that strong core behind you that you can lean on in case if you fall. So I'm blessed to have that, and that allows me to take the risk that I take because I know if push come to shove, I could go to my mom's crib. There's a space for me there. And that all stems from my mom. This is all a shout out to the mom Dukes because she's the first entrepreneur. My mom had 2 homes at one point. She had 2 homes and had tenants. So I actually learned a lot of my entrepreneurship, mindset from her because she, leveraged her good credit to buy a home and then buy another home on top of that. And had tenants in both. Of course, tenants in New York, sometimes they don't pay and there's a lot of issues with that. But she has a home and she has space in there for me to come back if necessary. Yes, I have 2 other brothers, but my other brother, he's you know, he has his own place. My youngest brother, he's there, but there's a space for me if need be. So that's a blessing. So shout out to moms.